You can find me, of course, here on YouTube, Facebook. I have a blog at Blogspot. I also have an online store at stampinsuecreates.stampinup.net. I'm on Pinterest and Periscope. And I think I have everything covered there. So I am here today to share with you something brand new that is coming out for customers beginning November 1st. Now, if you're a demonstrator and you're watching this, we were able to pre-purchase these through October 15th. So if you were able to get them, and or maybe you didn't and you're wondering what they're all about, I'm here to answer some questions, go over some things, give you some facts, and to share a little bit of what they are. These are our alcohol markers. There are a set of 12. Let me bring them up. A set of 12 colors. We also have a color lifter, and we have 2 flesh tones. So they come in a set. Well, they don't come in a set. They are available in 2 different shades of color, one being a light and one being a dark. You can purchase them when they're available in separate colors, or you can get them 2 together in a set. So that is totally up to you how you would choose to purchase them. Now, did I mention this yet? But Stampin' Up! Is giving away a set of free markers. So how do you enter that? You're going to want to go over to my Stampin' Sue Creates on Facebook. There I'll have a link to the Stampin' Up! Facebook Blender page. And you're going to want to like, comment, and share. And you have through the end of October to enter to win a set of the markers, which is fabulous. I know, even being a demonstrator, I entered as well. So if you want to get a set of these without having to pull the money out of your pocket, head on over to my Facebook page and enter to win. So there is a little flyer that I have here. This explains all about our Stampin' blends. There is a blend with ease, 3 easy steps to play with these. If you're not artistic, this is a great way to start. I know there are other markers out there, and they have all different numbers and all different colors, and this with this and this with that. Stampin' Up! Did all the work for us with these. They gave us 2 colors, light and dark, a color lifter, and the 1, 2, 3 steps to do it. We also have a Color Me Happy kit. It is a project kit that creates 12, am I right? 4, 8, 12, no, 16. 16 cards, 4, 8, 12, 16 cards. I had to do my math 2 times. And there's a coordinating stamp set as well. So this is called the Color Me Happy stamp set. And it coordinates with the project kit, and everything is included in the project kit to make these cards, including fabulous envelopes and even a sticky gold, this little roll of sticky gold, whatever you want to call that, foil tape, I'm sorry, gold foil tape. So now these are while supply lasts, so you know how that goes. Something very popular, it's going to go fast. So if you're interested in ordering any of this, it'll all be on my website at stampinsuecreates.stampinup.net beginning November 1st. So here are the 12 different colors that the Stampin' blends come in. And here on this page, it lists the ivory, bronze, the color lifter, and you can also purchase the whole collection. So there's not having to enter all these numbers. You enter one number and boom, you're done. So the Happy Color Me Happy project kit and stamp sets, and then other supplies are listed on here as far as putting the kit together and what you're going to need. Okay, so that's a little flyer on that. So let me just go over a little bit. Now, when you're stamping with the Stampin' blends and you're going to use them to color, you want to use the Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad. This is a water-based ink pad, and this will work well with the alcohol markers. You're not going to have to worry about them bleeding or anything happen like that, but you do want to make sure after you stamp to have your image dry before you begin coloring. So that is most important. So Memento ink, Stampin' blends. Now, if you're one of those kind of people that you don't want to wait for it to dry, in our annual catalog, we have these 12 by 12 sheets that are pre-printed. They are called, oops, sorry about that. They are called Just Add Color Specialty Designer Series paper. And let me get the item number for you. It's 1441.80. And you get these 12 by 12 sheets, and they are thick, heavy cardstock. So let me just thumb through the designs for you. And you get two or three sheets of each one. So here's one with a fish scene. There's one with feathers. If you love teapots and teacups, then that is your, pardon the pun, cup of tea. Oh, or we have these gardening cans. And look at these houses. Are they not the cutest? And then we go back into the repetition of what I already went over. So these are ready to go in color. You might want to add them to your list. So that's what I have here that I was playing around with. Now, we also have other stamp sets that I would recommend that would be great for coloring in the section in the catalog, the annual catalog, in the coloring section. This one is called Garden Girl. And let me show you her. She is just the cutest thing. And this is a big stamp. I mean, this is big. This is a big stamp. They're nice and big for coloring. So look how cute she is when she's all colored. This was my first attempt at using the Stampin' blends. I think I did pretty good for not really knowing what I was doing. What do you think? So this is Garden Girl. She's really cute. And if you purchase all of these and you qualify for host benefits, here's a great hostess set called Feathery Friends. This would be wonderful to color with. And these are, oh, I love these little birds. I have the wood mount one. And look how cute this stamp set is. So, and you are amazing. Remember that. So that's great to use with it. Or, you know, you can go ahead and get this kit. Now, if you purchase these together along with the Stampin' blends, these two together, the kit and the Color Me Happy stamp set, purchase them as a bundle and you'll save 10%. So, yeah, you can get something else. Woohoo! So let me share with you, before I go into showing the coloring there, because I just did a live Facebook. No one joined me, but they can watch on the replay. Last night I had a team meeting online, so another way to get these great markers is to sign on to be a demonstrator, and you can get these in your kit starting November 1st. So for $99, you can get $125 worth of product, which would be covering, you know, your marker set. So last night I kind of did a little bit of coloring online for the girls, just showing the different shading and the blending, and I think that really came out cute. And let me show you something else I did. Now you will want to make sure when you're using these, because they're alcohol based, they have a lot of pigment to them, so protect your work surface underneath. But I just scribbled with the color, and then I took the color lifter, and for this one I wrote my name, and this one I just put a line, and look at how that color lifter just lifts that color out. Now I went over it multiple times, and you want to allow it to dry, because when it's wet it's still not noticeable, not till it actually dries, because don't forget they are alcohol markers, so the alcohol is absorbed into the air and they dry pretty quick. So yeah, I thought that was fun. So let's go ahead and let's, now these are those 12 by 12 sheets that I just cut up, so they would be perfect to put on a card front. So let me pick a new leaf one. This was the garden one that I did, and this was the leaf one. But let's start with a brand new one, and don't mind my mess underneath. We could start with this big leaf here. Now I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to grab the old olive. I just love, don't you just love all these colors? Look at all these beautiful colors. Oh, there's nothing like a brand new set of markers to be excited about. Okay, now there's two different ways to color with these. Well, first off, let's look at the marker. Okay, so the marker is a lot different than our standard Stampin' markers that we have in the catalog. let me put it this way. They're dual tipped, just like those are. They do indicate on which side a broad tip and a more narrow tip. So you'll see the line there along with a photo, a line and a photo. There is a cap that is really tight on there, and I'm not sure how, oh, I'm trying to see how you can see inside that tip. Oh, maybe you could see, there we go. You see that barrel in there? That's going to help protect your alcohol markers. Make sure that clicks when you put it on so that it doesn't dry out. And one word of caution is when you're done coloring them with them, put that cap right back on. So, and they are squared, so, oh, excuse me, a little yawn there. Pardon me, it's been a long day today. They're square, they're not going to roll off your table, so you won't have to worry about that. And the other great thing is these caps, they will lock to the top of the one that you're using. So you're not going to worry about getting that lost anywhere. So I have the dark color here. So what I'm going to do with the dark, you can do it light or dark, and I will do both to share with you, you know, how that all looks. I'm just kind of going along, and Stampin' Up! Has already provided for us all these wonderful lines. So I'm just basically going to outline and just do that. I'm going to cap that up. I'm going to take the broad tip on this one, and all I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to color this in, and the more you go over it, the more it will get rid of that real stark look of that line. And they do recommend that if you can work with it while it's still wet, you'll get more, you know, a better control of the blending as opposed to if it dries. Now if you think, well, I did a little bit too much darkening, you can go back in. I'm using the thinner tip, and you can just go ahead and add a little bit of more shading, just like that, if you think it got a little too dark. Now if you have an area where maybe you want to lighten it up a little bit, that's where your color lifter comes in. You can add this to, you know, wherever you want to maybe add a little highlight, maybe on a balloon, kind of lift some of the color, make a little accent on there. And here I went a little bit outside the line. I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to scribble over that. Now this has already started drying, so you'll notice how it's wet, but what you may have to do is go in there, let that dry, and go hit it again. But you could see how it really cleaned that up. Okay, so this time let's start with the lighter color first. Let's pick another leaf design. How about these guys? So I'm just going to color these in with the lighter color, just like that. Okay, like that. Now I want to go ahead in with my dark color to add in some of those highlights. And I'm just, again, going along where the images are that Stampin' Up! Has already provided for us with the way that in this case, it was printed. Okay, so if you wanted to go ahead and do, you know, your lines there, you know, whatever you want to do. Oh, this happened to me before. I pulled it off and they both came off. Now I'm going to go back in with my lighter color, and I'm just going to blend that a little bit. Just going to want to remove that real sharp image from going over with the dark. Like here, color that. And look, you can see where that's disappearing on there. So look how stunning that is. I mean, these are just so much fun. I am not really the type of person that likes to color. I am not artistic and by any means. But the way that Stampin' Up! Has provided these markers for us, you're not having to worry, you know, about, you know, all these numbered markers and what's going to go with what and what's going to match. And, you know, you can be an artist even if you're like me and you have no artistic ability. So that's it, people. That is our new Stampin' Blend.